that brings us places that we couldn't have imagined being able to go.
And there is a tremendous need for sacred spaces in general that just have, like I think about with the outreach center, just having a place where the environment was already set, where people would walk into, and the framing of the stuff that was quote unquote allowed to happen in that space was what I find is a big challenge within modernity or modern society now, is that there's really no spaces unless you're going to go to some new age thing, which you don't know what you're going to get. You don't really know what the background of any of that is. And then where you go into it with the willingness of, using Parts language, to let certain things down, to then participate and allow the things that will emerge to come up. And that's another passion of mine that has been, and I know it will unfold, but like these types of conversations that, and leading to spaces where you do have physical events where there's an openness to where people can, participate in a way that's not like, because IFS training, there's not a lot of people that I talk to that really understand some of the other forces or that talk about that. And the spirit, and I watch it also get translated into a secularized CBT, DBT dialect. Like it's a very very sanitized, despiritualized, which it works. There's a practicality to that I'm not saying it's not effective and efficient, but I think to keep addressing these layers, the need of the awareness and the sacred space, that admittedly trying to create that is hard and dangerous and costly, and could also, and why you have cults. So there's just so many things that I think mutually beneficial from relationships like this and conversations like this and opportunities, and having spaces in which people can talk about these types of things within congregations to people that are already primed to hear these things in a new way. So I 100% I hear you, and I'm grateful for you, and I feel you. I just know from the deconstruction world, people that are in that, it's like that, having that feeling of, are you gonna try to proselytize me, or are you gonna try to nail me down on some type of and I think that suspicion is always kind of there. So it's like keeping that in, like, yeah, I don't know. I something I think about of like, a lot of the pastor friends that I've had that are still within like denominations, like they can't have this conversation with me. Like, they want to know, they're like, I'll talk to them and they're like, but it's still about Jesus, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, and it's just frustrating because I'm like, we're clearly not having the same conversation. And I think that is where I'm trying to contend for and participate with, and come at this not from a, see you later, but like holding a tonos of like, let me stand here and see what could be alive, or what relation, what spirit, what could be manifested from that, which is what I see you doing. And so I just want to say that I appreciate that in what you're doing.
Well, thank you.